Diggersby Land sure is something. Use your Pokemon. If you hold the last hit of a homing attack, it will cause your opponent to guard break. When a guard break occurs in field phase, it will cause a phase shift. Use a charged up homing attack. When you're up against an opponent with a tough block, charge up. During duel phase, there are actions you could... This is also a type of by using cancels, you will be able to... And based on the type of Pokemon move, you may also be able to deal consecutive hits. Try to cancel this action and... Your opponent in times like these. If your opponent is close enough when you jump, you can strike back during the opening in their ranged attack. If you find timing your jumps right to be too tricky, you can always try a... Ranged attacks can be a real pain, huh? It's times like these you can use some well-timed steps. Nicely done! During duel phase, when your opponent launches a power, you can use anti. When in a high stance, you can press the Y button. Use the Y button while in a... There you go! Now you're getting it! If you block against an attack that leaves a big opening, it will give you the chance to strike. If you launch your attack fast enough, the opponent will be let pull it off, and you're block against your... You're not bad! By knocking your opponent's battle Pokemon into the wall, by effectively using the walls, you can unleash some actions that normally only knock down your opponent and deal some massive damage. Try to land some...
Tutorial finish.
Which Pokemon are you battling with? In close combat, it's important to, for instance, after you land one of your moves, you usually... which means you can move in for another attack. On the other hand, if your opponent uses a block against you, your best bet in such situations is to... It might also be a good idea to try to... Also, when your attack misses its mark, you'll be left completely open to your opponent. So make sure to try to only use attacks at a distance you know will hit your opponent. If you're pressed up against the wall when a phase shift from dual phase to field phase occurs, you'll be blasted off the... You'll take some damage when this, but I guess, if you think of it as your chance, if it gets launched by a powerful attack, your Pokémon will automatically perform a mid-air recovery. After a mid-air recovery, it will be temporarily invulnerable to attacks. Press forward on the directional buttons when this happens, and you can change the direction. While you're falling back down, you can also use the directional buttons. When two ranged attacks collide, the stronger of the two make a... If both are at about the same level, they will cancel each other. When you know you can't beat your opponent in a clash of ranged attacks, it's... You know, you can actually recover some of the damage you take. When you take damage, the dark green section shown is recoverable HP. You can recover this recoverable HP by causing a phase shift. You can also recover this recoverable HP by using Synergy. Don't forget that during Synergy Burst, you will gradually... Keep in mind that you can also lose recoverable HP if your opponent causes a phase shift while you're in field. If you attack while jumping, such as by pressing the X button while in high stance, you'll be able to launch your attacks while avoiding low ground level attacks. In that same style, anti-air actions will easily win over higher placed attacks. No matter which case, the point is that both, when matched up, will have the unilateral advantage over the other. I'm sure I've already told you how battle stages come into the terms that determine how synergy power... If you take the time to study the stages themselves...
Tutorial finish.
The reason the island is covered in battle stages is because